Hello, today is June 4th, 2011. This is Manesh Patel from the EII Capital Group. This is our weekly Ichimoku analysis for the futures markets, where we cover everything from metals to commodities to natural gas to gasoline, everything. Okay, we got a lot to cover, so let's begin. Normal disclaimer, this is for educational use only. All charts are either in Thinkorswim, TradeStation, or freestockcharts.com. Here are my contact details there. You could access our website here for free videos, or you can follow us on Twitter here at Ichimoku Trading. Okay, so let's start going for the futures. Remember, left hand side is the weekly time frame, right hand side is basically the daily time frame. Let's start going by cocoa futures. Cocoa futures, if you look here on the weekly time frame, is basically consolidating right now, nothing really going on. If you look at the daily time frame, this is now bearish trending. It's got to break for this. It's at a major support now. If it breaks through there, this is going to start going lower, and actually, believe it or not, it may start setting up the weekly to go break out of the consolidation pattern and start moving into a a bearish trend on the weekly too. So definitely cocoa was bearish tilt. If you look at crude oil, still holding here. We've been talking about this. It's got to sit there in the weekly time frame and close below $97. It still has it. It's still going up. Resistance level on the weekly is 104.73, and it's also on that on the daily. And you can see from the daily time frame, this thing's slowly moving up to try to get to its resistance level. But so, you know, don't think this is bearish right now as far as the daily is concerned. It's consolidating, but the weekly is still bullish trending, believe it or not. Okay. Cotton, if you look at it, it's in a major pullback as far as the weekly is concerned. So it's, you know, you got a little bearish tilt right now. If you look at the daily time frame, it's bearish trending, but it's now on a pullback phase. Excuse me. Support level is going to be 155.28 on here. If it holds and then goes above 170, this thing could start a bullish trend. Bullish movement up to get above the cloud and then maybe start a trend in the future. However, this thing's got to break 178.56 to even start looking at a bullish trend again. US dollar index, you can see from the weekly time frame, it did a minor pullback here. It's continuing to go down here as far as the weekly, so this is definitely bearish trending. If you look here on the daily time frame, there's some conflict here. This thing really needs to pull back to about 74.70 and then start going down. If it does, it'll retest the lows and possibly can break through it. Okay, so watch for that. We'll come back to that goal. Feeder cattle, this is the meats. Remember the meats. Bullish trending here, finally going for a major pullback right now, where resistance level is going to be at 128.14 as far as the weekly is concerned. And you can see from the daily time frame, this is bearish trending here, but definitely needs to sit there and pull back. If it could pull back to 128.61, hold there and then keep on going down, it could retest lows. If it breaks 128.61, then this thing's going to start trying to go above the cloud on the daily, which will start going to be a continuation as far as the weekly is concerned. Lean hogs, it's not like the feeder cattle. This is still bullish trending, still has not entered a major pullback as of yet, and you could see that here too. However, if it breaks 86.76, this thing is definitely going to start going for a major pullback, and we're kind of looking for that to be there. Copper, you could see bullish trending, enter a major pullback. Support resistance level is 4.25. It's been holding around there. So nothing really there as far as the daily is concerned. This had a bearish trend. As this thing consolidates, this thing's starting momentum is now shifting out from the bears to the bulls. So if this thing does break above 4.1933, then there's an opportunity here of copper of actually starting upward movement, a bullish trend on the daily time frame, which would then end the pullback on the weekly time frame. Heating oil, as you can see, this is still bullish trending here. It kind of closed above its minor resistance level right now, but this is still bullish trending as far as the weekly is concerned. If you look at the daily, it's consolidating, nothing really there. However, if it consolidates for the next couple of days, this thing's going to automatically start coming above the cloud, which will turn it bullish. So this week for heating oil is kind of a critical week to see exactly what happens. If it moves down, then you know it's going to enter a major pullback. Going down. If it consolidates or move upwards, then this thing's definitely going to start probably a bullish trend moving forward. Coffee futures, you could see bullish trending here in the weekly time frame. It held its support at 255.08, And if you look here on the weekly time frame, sorry, the daily time frame here, it's got to break below the 255.08 to basically start a bearish trend on the daily, which will be a major pullback on the weekly. Lumber. If you look at lumber, basically starting a bearish trend on the weekly time frame. Still not quite there. There's still some conflict on the Ichimoku indicators, so it just needs to consolidate a little. If it does, then it'll equalize and then start a bearish trend. Here you could see it's being bearish trending, kind of consolidating here at the bottom, but if it breaks below 215, this is going to start another leg down. Live cattle, you could see it's under a major pullback as far as the weekly is concerned, which will equate to a daily time frame trend, and you can see that going on right now. So resistance levels is at 107 to 82. Natural gas. Natural gas is still consolidating as far as the weekly is concerned, but on the daily it looks like it's trying to break out. Broke for its resistance, coming back to test that resistance right now. This week is critical for natural gas to see exactly where it ends up. If it breaks to 4.9, then it's going to start a bullish trend as far as the daily is concerned, which would then start forcing things to finally start moving forward on the weekly time frame and start moving upwards. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens with that one. Palladium, you could see it's bullish trending here on the weekly time frame. It was doing a major pullback here. Finally got above its resistance level. It's at 283 right now. If you look at the daily time frame here, kind of needs to still consolidate and pull back a little in the next 3 or 4 days. This thing's, if it starts taking off, this is going to start a trend as far as the daily is concerned, and be to a trend continuation as far as the weekly is concerned to retest the highs. Platinum, still bullish trending as far as the weekly is concerned. Daily, nothing really going there. If it actually breaks 1840, this thing's going to start a trend on the daily, which may push the weekly to start moving upwards too. Excuse me. Gasoline, key one here, still bullish trending as far as the weekly is concerned. If you look at the daily, it's consolidating. If it breaks below 2.8, then this is going to start a trend to the bear side on the daily, which will start entering a major pullback as far as the weekly is concerned. If it breaks above $3.12, then this is going to start resuming to the upside and start a bullish trend on a daily again, which will be continuation on the weekly. Sugar is actually weak right now. It's consolidating as far as the weekly time frame is concerned, but it's got a bearish tilt on it. If it actually holds here, which is at a minor resistance level here, and then starts going down, this is going to set up the weekly to be bearish trending. And if you look here on the daily time frame, there's nothing really going on there. Major support is going to be at 22, as we talked about, and then major resistance level is going to be at 28.24, but it's at a minor resistance level right now. Silver, if you look at silver on the weekly time frame, it's under a major pullback right now. That doesn't mean the trend's over. It's under a major pullback. It's got to break this key resistance level of 41.06. If it does, then it's going to start a bullish trend again. Until then, nothing really there. Remember, on the bottom side, if it breaks 32, then it's got a possibility to get into 30, and at that point, that's going to be a major support there. We're missing gold. We miss gold. How do we miss gold? We'll come back to gold in a sec. 30-year Treasury bonds. If you look at 30-year Treasury bonds, there's conflict as far as the weekly is concerned. Bullish trending as far as the daily is concerned. It's getting a little top heavy here. If it consolidates for a couple of days, then it's going to take the momentum out of the bulls. Corn, bullish trending on the weekly. It's consolidating now on the daily time frame. A little upward movement. Can sit there and start making this move up. If it breaks below 717, then the consolidation pattern is going to be broken, and it could start moving lower to be a counter trend movement to weekly. Oats, nothing really there, just consolidating as far as the weekly is concerned. Same thing as the daily is concerned. Soybean, if you look here, bullish trending, consolidating here at the top. Made a little movement upwards last week, and you could see that from the daily time frame. However, it's still not out of its consolidation pattern. It needs a little more movement up in order to break that completely. Let's go wheat. If you look at wheat, really nothing there on daily or weekly. And now let's go look at gold. Gold, if you look at it on the weekly time frame, still bullish trending here. On the daily time frame, it's bullish trending right now, but it's got next 3 days are critical. It's got to sit there and break 550 this week in order to start retesting the highs and keep on going. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens to gold this week, but next 3 days are very critical for it. That's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed it.